Cleaning out the litter box is easily one of the worst parts of having cats, and I know because I have two, Casey and Chloe. It's messy, it smells, and when I got pregnant, I had to stop altogether because of the risk of toxoplasmosis, a disease you can catch from cleaning cat litter. Plus, my sense of smell went into overdrive, and I could not handle the odor anymore. So my husband and I started looking into automatic litter boxes, and after hearing great things about the Litter Robot 4 from family members who actually own one, we decided to give it a try. I have to say, it's made a huge difference in keeping the house cleaner and controlling the smell. But I'm not here to only review the Litter Robot 4 because there are other great automatic litter robots out there. So in today's video, I'll be going over some of the best automatic litter boxes, including the Litter Robot 3 and 4, as well as the CATLINK. I'll cover everything that you need to know, whether you're thinking of upgrading or just tired of scooping, so you can decide which one is best for you. And if at any point you're considering getting the Litter Robot 4, the Litter Robot 3, or CATLINK, I have affiliate links in the description below that'll get you a discount that you won't find directly on their website. That said, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's start with the Litter Robot 4, which is an automatic self-cleaning litter box that's designed specifically to make life easier for cat owners by reducing that gross litter box odor, keeping the litter cleaner, and minimizing daily upkeep up to the point where it basically does almost everything for you. Now it comes completely ready to plug in and use. You just have to unbox it, put it wherever you want to keep it, in my case in the laundry room, plug it in, and fill it with whatever litter you already have. Then you can download the Whisker app and connect the litter robot to your Wi-Fi. And the way it works is that the litter container rotates and traps the large clumps behind a screen, while it leaves the clean litter to sift through a grate. The clumps are then dropped into the waste tray below, where all you do is put in a plastic bag and the container rotates back to its original position, letting the clean litter settle evenly at the bottom. Now, as I said, the odor was a big issue for me. The house always smelled as soon as we walked in. I mean, after a few minutes, I'd kind of get used to it, but once I got pregnant, I just couldn't handle it anymore. But ever since switching to the Litter Robot 4, there's been a huge difference. It really helps trap the smells, thanks to the carbon filter in the waste door. Plus, it removes the waste automatically, so the smell doesn't have time to spread around the house. Another thing I noticed is that Casey and Chloe used to kick the litter everywhere, and I was constantly sweeping around the old litter box. But now with the circular design of the litter robot, it keeps more of the litter inside, which means that there's way less of a mess to clean up. Also, since it removes the waste right away, the litter stays fresher for longer. I've actually noticed that I don't have to replace it nearly as often, which helps you save up to 50% litter, saving you money in the long run. With my older litter box, I had to dump out the entire litter every 2 or so weeks, but with this one, I can go about 3 months, sometimes even longer before needing a full change. But this will vary depending on how many cats you have, the type of litter that you use, and personal preference. Now to clean it, all you need to do is click the empty button to dump out all the litter, wipe down the inside with a damp cloth, and occasionally rinse the globe and waste drawer for a deeper clean. And since the parts are removable, it doesn't take long. And when it comes to emptying the waste drawer, it's actually really convenient. With 2 cats, I usually change the bag about every 5 days. But if you have just 1 cat, you could probably go around 10 days before needing to empty it. On top of that, this model also has built-in Wi-Fi, which connects to the Whisker App, which basically lets you track litter levels, monitor your cat's weight, and get alerts when the waste drawer is full, all from your phone. It also has a touch-sensitive control panel with easy-to-access buttons for quick manual adjustments if needed. The panel includes LED indicator lights that show the status of the litter robot, like when the waste drawer is full or if something needs attention. While all this is available on the Whisker app, having these buttons makes it so much easier to take care of things manually if needed. But just like any product, the Litter Robot 4 isn't perfect, and there are a couple of things to keep in mind. For example, the cleaning cycle does make some noise, not anything too loud, but you'll definitely hear it when it's running if you're nearby. It takes about 2 minutes per cycle, and the sound is kind of like a soft rain stick as the litter sifts through the system. My husband found it a little annoying at first, especially when we were watching TV, but after a few weeks, he barely even noticed it anymore. Another thing to consider is the size. It's definitely bigger than a standard litter box, so you'll need to make sure that you have enough space for it. That said, I actually think it looks sleek and modern, so it doesn't feel like an eyesore or something that stands out in a bad way. Now, the Litter Robot 4 costs just under $700 with free shipping, and it comes in 2 standard colors, black or white, or you can pay an extra $50 and upgrade it to pink, marble, and a few other colors, with a 1-year warranty, with the option to extend it to 3 years for an extra $100. And again, if you're interested in the Litter Robot 4, you can buy it using the discounted affiliate link that I left in the description down below. Next, we have the Litter Robot 3, which is an older model of the Litter Robot 4, but is still a huge improvement over a regular litter box. And while I personally have the Litter Robot 4, my parents had the Litter Robot 3 while I lived back at home, so I know how much easier it made things. It might not have the latest smart features, which I'll talk about soon, but it still automatically cleans the waste for you and makes litter box maintenance way easier. Now, when comparing the two, the Litter Robot 4 is slightly bigger and the opening is noticeably wider, which makes it feel more spacious, especially for larger cats. And in terms of the design, the 4 also looks nicer and more modern, while the 3 has more of a rounded, bulkier look. And one of the biggest differences between the two models is how they detect when your cat is inside. The Litter Robot 3 uses a weight-based sensor to detect when your cat enters and exits, triggering the cleaning cycle after a short delay, which works fine for most cats. But if you have a very small or lightweight cat, it might not always register properly. And just like the Litter Robot 4, it removes waste right after your cat uses it, preventing odors from building up. Plus, its carbon filter in the waste door helps absorb smells, keeping things fresher for longer. The Litter Robot 4, on the other hand, uses a laser-based sensor, which is more accurate and works with cats of all sizes, even kittens. Also, unlike the Litter Robot 4, the Litter Robot 3 doesn't have Wi-Fi or app connectivity, so instead of getting notifications on your phone, it relies on a simple indicator light to let you know when the waste drawer is full. It also has physical buttons instead of a touch-sensitive panel like the Litter Robot 4. These include controls for power, starting a cleaning cycle, resetting the weight sensor, and emptying the litter. There are also side buttons that let you adjust the cycle delay to 3, 7, or 15 minutes, and lock the control panel to prevent accidental presses. When it comes to maintenance, the Litter Robot 3's waste drawer is a little smaller than the 4, but it's still big. So if you have 1 cat, you'll probably need to empty it every 7 or 8 days. With 2 cats though, it's more like every 3 to 5 days, depending on your cat's size and how often she or he uses it. As for the cleaning, like the Litter Robot 4, every so often, you'll want to empty out the litter, wipe down the inside, and occasionally rinse the waste drawer and globe for a deeper clean. It doesn't take long, and keeping up with it helps everything stay fresh. One thing I do remember about the Litter Robot 3 is that it's a bit louder than the 4. It's not disruptive, but the cleaning cycle makes a soft rotating sound that you'll notice, especially if the room is really quiet. It also takes about 2 minutes or so to finish. So it's not a big deal, but it's something to consider if you're planning to put it in a bedroom. Now, in terms of the price, the Litter Robot 3 costs $550, which makes it $150 cheaper compared to the Litter Robot 4. Plus, it comes with a 1-year warranty. So if you're looking for an automatic litter box that takes away the hassle of cleaning, but doesn't have Wi-Fi or the app features, this is a great affordable option. And again, if you're interested in the Litter Robot 3, you can check out the discounted affiliate link that I left down in the description. Lastly, we have the CATLINK self-cleaning litter box, which is another option for those looking for an automated litter box solution. And just like the Litter Robot, the CATLINK sifts and separates the waste automatically, so you won't have to do the daily scooping yourself. Now, CATLINK comes in a few separate pieces: the base, the drum, and the waste drawer, but putting it together is really simple. You just put everything into place, plug it in, and it's good to go. On top of that, the build quality is a bit lighter compared to the Litter Robot, so while it's functional, it doesn't have the same heavy-duty premium feel. But it does have a similar rounded design to the Litter Robot, with a rotating drum that sifts out the waste and deposits it into a drawer below. The CATLINK litter box also has a built-in sensor that detects when your cat is inside, but compared to the Litter Robot sensors, it isn't as accurate or reliable. The Litter Robot 3 uses a weight-based sensor, while the Litter Robot 4 has both weight and laser-based sensors for better accuracy. Some users have mentioned that it occasionally misses a cycle or gets stuck, requiring a manual reset. The litter box is also a little smaller than the Litter Robot 4, and is similar in size to the Litter Robot 3, which is good if you don't have a lot of space, but that also means that the waste drawer fills up faster, so you'll have to empty it more often. And as for the cleaning, it's pretty simple, but since it does have more parts, it does take a little longer to deep clean compared to the Litter Robot. The waste drawer pulls out easily, and you can remove the drum for a more thorough wash when needed. For regular maintenance, you'll probably want to wipe it down every couple of weeks, and do a full deep clean every 4 to 6 months, depending on how many cats you have, but that's just personal preference. But just like anything, there are a few things to keep in mind. Like many users have said, the odor control isn't as effective as they'd hoped, with some smells still escaping. On top of that, setting up the app can be tricky, as some people experience Wi-Fi connection issues and limited troubleshooting support. Now when it comes to price, CATLINK offers several models, but I'd recommend the Scooper Luxury Pro X, as it's their most popular litter box. It's similar in price to the Litter Robot 3, but they often have discounts, making it even cheaper. And again, if you're interested in the CATLINK, you can check out the discounted affiliate link that I left in the description. So the big question is, what's the best automatic litter box? If you're looking for the best overall option, I'd go with the Litter Robot 4. It's the one I personally use, and it's made a huge difference in keeping the house clean, controlling odors, and making cleaning the litter a lot easier. Now, if you want something a little more affordable, the Litter Robot 3 is still a great choice. It doesn't have Wi-Fi or app connectivity, but it still does a great job at automatically cleaning the litter. It's also $150 cheaper, so if you don't need the extra smart features, it's a perfect way to upgrade without spending as much. Lastly, if you want another option, the CATLINK self-cleaning litter box is worth checking out. It automatically removes waste, connects to an app, and has a built-in odor control system. The setup can be a little tricky, but overall, it's a solid alternative at a slightly lower price than the Litter Robot 4. At the end of the day, all three are great options. It just depends on what you're looking for. And just to remind you one more time, if you're thinking about purchasing the Litter Robot or the CATLINK, I'll leave discounted affiliate links down in the description below for an extra discount that you won't find directly on their website. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more reviews like this one. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.